Welcome to your weekly roundup of all the latest car, motorsport and sim racing news right here on Is It Fast? There has been a shed load of news this week from BMW, Mini, the motorsport world, Aston Martin, you name it. So buckle up and get ready. We start with BMW, and the brand new 5 Series Saloon and Tourer were revealed this week in a virtual unveiling. The new 5 Series has had a couple of upgrades both on the interior and the exterior. I now think that it is the prettiest BMW that money can buy. As we move inside, there's been a couple of additional features added as well. In terms of the overall aesthetics, the inside looks, well, really lovely, and comes with new features such as BMW's intelligent personal assistant, presumably to go with your assistant that you have in real life. The new 5 Series will be available from July and looks like a real winner. Sticking with the BMW group this week, they also announced the new X2 xDrive 25e, which is wonderful news if you like small little cars with hybrid engines. Mini also announced a new Countryman. There's really not that much to report other than it's ever so slightly tweaked on the exterior with things like new LED lights. The inside looks ever so slightly different with new equipment, and will also be available with a hybrid engine if you want another choice for a small car with a hybrid engine that, to my knowledge, isn't that different to the X2. So BMW Group released 2 cars that are very similar. On to more serious news now, and McLaren have announced that up to 1,200 people could lose their jobs. It includes up to 70 people from their F1 operation. The Woking-based manufacturer have announced that as a result of the general slowdown in car sales thanks to the COVID-19 crisis, there is a very real possibility that these individuals could lose their jobs. If you live in South America, then there is going to be a new SUV crossover available from Volkswagen. The new Volkswagen will be available at first in South America and was actually designed in Brazil. It's currently just in its concept phase, but it looks like a cute little thing that kind of fits like a T-Roc. Before we move on to the latest motorsport news, when you think about sports cars, you can't help but think about the Z series that Nissan produce. The 370Z has been in production since 2008, and fans of the Z car series have been holding on with bated breath for news of a model to come in and replace it. Well, good news everybody, it now looks like Nissan have shown the first glimpses of the 400Z. We don't know anything about this car, when you're going to be able to get it, how much it's going to cost, or any of its performance metrics, but good news, we've seen a silhouette. Motorsport news now, and we start in the virtual. Formula E star Daniel Abt was suspended and subsequently left Audi this week after it was discovered that he wasn't in fact driving during the Formula E stay-at-home E-Series races. It was confirmed that Daniel Abt had hired a professional sim racer to do all of the racing for him. Audi said that this was a breach of its code of conduct and subsequently suspended Daniel from the real Formula E team. It is another example of how what you do in the virtual esports world impacts the real world that we live in. The World Touring Car Cup are the latest racing series to announce their rescheduled calendar for 2020. They have announced that 100% of their races are going to take place in Europe this year, with the first race kicking off in September in Austria. Before we move on to tell you where you can catch all the best sim racing news this weekend, we have news from the sim racing world. Jenson Button has been announced as the latest driver to join the virtual 24-hour of Le Mans. Button will be joining drivers such as Pierre Gasly, Stoffel Van Dorn and many other famous drivers as they take on this virtual 24-hour race. So where can you watch all the best sim racing this weekend? We travel to the virtual Nürburgring this weekend as the 3rd round of the SRO Esports GT Series kicks off. You'll be able to watch the entire race live on the GT World YouTube channel. Round 6 of the Formula E Stay-at-Home Challenge is this weekend, and with as much drama on the track as off it, there's a really good reason to tune in on the Formula E YouTube channel to watch the whole race unfold live. Make sure you follow Is It Fast on your social media platform of choice to keep up to date with all the latest news, interviews and in-depth car reviews.